In this video, I want to share with you a progress update for someone who's been in the Bye Bye Panic mentorship for about 2 months. Now, if you're new to the channel, this channel is really focused on helping you overcome your physical symptoms, panic attacks, the intrusive thoughts, the feelings of unreality, depersonalization, derealization. And what we also do behind the scenes is that we guide people through the recovery journey. And so I wanted to introduce you to Saemi. Now, Saemi joined the program back in November, end of November. Now, as you're watching this video is launched in February, while the interview was at the end of January. So when we did the interview, she had been in the mentorship for about 2 months. She had fell into the cycle back in October. So in October, she fell into the cycle. November, she happened to find us really quickly, joined the mentorship, and we were really able to guide her in the recovery journey. Now, what was really awesome about her, she was very fortunate in the fact that she hadn't been in the cycle that long when she joined the program. Now, a lot of people might think, well, because she wasn't in the cycle that long, that might mean that for her, recovery is a little bit easier, a little faster. That's not necessarily the case. But one of the things that I've noticed is that as I'm guiding people through the recovery journey is people that are stuck in the anxiety cycle for a long time, they start developing identities around their anxiety. They start always finding ways for why they're unique, why they're different. And what was really great about Saemi is that she knew what was happening to her was unique, was isolated, and that there was a way to overcome it. And the great news about that is because she joined the mentorship early, we were really able to prevent any sort of those unproductive thinking habits. Now, the last thing I'll mention is you will see the intense physical symptoms Saemi had. And what was really interesting is that I remember her very first call when she was in the mentorship program, when she was being guided by the recovery mentors. And I remember her mentioning that she wanted to just get out of this really quickly, right? A lot of us that fell into the anxiety cycle, we haven't really had anything that we really struggled with. I remember the most I'd ever really struggled with was getting sick, and maybe that was for a few days. And I was struggling with these intense symptoms, the panic attacks, for over a year. And so one of the things I told her in the very first call is slow down. Don't try to rush this. And you'll see she actually takes that advice to heart. And what you will find is seeing how much progress she's made just in 2 months. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. You'll see some of this progress. And I just want to ask you, how do you think your progress would be if you were focusing on the right steps? What would 2 months look like for you? And just see how quickly she's really able to progress. Now, she still has more recovery left, but she's in such a better place. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you want to learn more about the mentorship, you can click the link down below. But without further ado, let's crack into the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I have Saemi. Now, Saemi joined, like 2 months ago, right back in, was it end of November or December?
November, end of November.
End of November, right? And so in this video, it's end of January right now. So she's been in the mentorship for 2 months and she's been doing incredibly well. And so the mentors and myself wanted her to come on the channel and share her experience. So Saemi, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we're both from Austin, which is wild. So that's great. And so Saemi, I mean, I think the number one question a lot of people have is really how, what were your biggest symptoms? What were the biggest things you were dealing with?
So I had a lot of symptoms. I think my biggest ones were like panic attacks. I've been having panic attacks. And because of that, I also had DPDR, which was really scary in the beginning. It just felt like it was like the scariest thing ever. But after that, it turned into just heart palpitations. I was out of breath, like just taking a shower, brushing my teeth, like I couldn't breathe. And then it also had chest tightness. And that was also like part of the heart palpitations. I thought I was having a heart attack 24/7. And I also had loss of appetite, a whole thing of digestive issues. I couldn't eat. If I tried, I would just like diarrhea right out. And it got so bad to the point where like it's like a bit TMI, but I was diarrheaing like blood clots because it was just like constantly just like everything was coming out. And and I had eye floaters, I had vision problems. And I remember you saying that you had like left eye like tint of blue or something. For me, it was like I wear contacts, so my vision's already kind of like bad, but my left eye for some reason felt like it was worse than the right eye. So like my vision was always off. Like when I like just look at the right eye, it was perfect, but when I just look at the left eye, it was blurry. So it was really weird. Um,
Yeah.
I had like dizziness, brain fog, insomnia. I couldn't sleep. I had everything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, you're an array of symptoms, and we're very similar actually.
Mhm.
A lot of the same symptoms. And so, how did all of this start? Really, like, let's go back to the very beginning. How did all of this really? What was the inception of all of it?
So it happened. So I got into the cycle October of 2022. So
Okay.
the whole year of 2022, it was actually really stressful for me. I had a wedding September 2022. So whole year was just like wedding planning and a lot of traveling back and forth because we went to Korea to take wedding photos and to meet family. And then I went to like Paris for my bachelorette party. And I'm from New Jersey, so all my friends and family are there. So I'll go back and forth to go wedding shopping and like to meet up with like my friends. Just a lot of stress. And the wedding planning itself was a lot of stress and a lot of like weddings are like also like family issues too. So like a lot of like catering to each of the family members, and it was just a lot. And I feel like I was in like a focus mode the whole year, and I just it was just like boom, 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 just focus on planning. Plus, I had my full time job, and aside from the job, full time job, like I work in the office, I work from home, but we also manage a business outside of our job. So it was like a lot of busyness managing a business and working and then wedding planning, and it was just a whole mess of everything. It was just a mess that year. But after the wedding, things started to cool down, but I kept getting sick. I was sick for like a whole month after the wedding. I think my body was just like shutting down. It was just getting really weak. But I went to go see my doctor for my annual like, follow up because I am also immunocompromised. I have psoriatic arthritis. So I had seen my doctor for like yearly checkups and stuff. And she suggested that I get my flu shot and my COVID vaccine that day because it's like flu season and like the new vaccine's out, you should be up to date. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I got it thinking nothing of it and like I was fine. That day actually though, I started Googling like who got like flu shots and a vaccine at the same day, like what's the side effects, and that I go into like Google hole, and then it was like, oh, like people get like all these like side effects. I'm like, oh my god, is that gonna be me? And then I was working, and then all of a sudden I started panicking because I was like, oh my god, like it finally hit me like, oh, I got the flu vaccine and the COVID vaccine together. There's all these things in my body and I can't like reverse it. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? So I had a panic attack and I was like, okay, I think it's just a side effect. I'm gonna be okay. And it just died in like 10 minutes and I was fine. A week later, though, actually, after that panic attack, I was sleeping. And in the middle of the night, I just woke up out of nowhere, like 2:45 a.m. And I was just like, oh, that's so weird. I just woke up out of nowhere. What's going on? I was tossing and turning, trying to go back to sleep. And then panic attack, just full blown panic attack just happened. And I got so scared because there's no reason like why this happened. Like the panic attack before, I was like, oh, it's just because of the vaccine. Like it's fine. Now it's like, oh my God, did it really like screw up my heart? Like, am I getting a heart attack? Is like, am I dying? I started freaking out, just pacing back and forth from the bathroom to my bedroom. Like, I don't know what's going on. And it was like the scariest thing ever. But I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try to go back to sleep. It should be fine the next day, just like it went away before. But this time it didn't go away. It like the next day I woke up, I still felt like my heart was beating out of my chest. And I got so scared and I was just like, oh my God, like I can't do anything. I can't even take a shower. I can't go to work. And I was just all day, I was just like, oh my God, something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with me. And then of course, like I went to the ER. They're like, oh, you're fine. Nothing's going on. It's just anxiety. I'm like, this can't be anxiety. Like anxiety just like goes away. It's an emotion. Like this can't be anxiety. And they're like, oh, like just take this medicine and you'll be fine. And it was like a benzo. So like I took it and I went home and I was fine. But then the next day, like it came back, like it didn't go away. So I was like, something has to be wrong with me. So I went to the ER again and they're like, it's just anxiety. Like don't don't worry. Like, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, but it's not going away. Like they couldn't explain to me like what type of anxiety was, like how it's happening. So I was so confused, and they recommended I see a cardiologist if I really think there's something wrong with my heart. So I went to a cardiologist, went like got on that like heart monitor for a week. They said it's fine, nothing's wrong. And I'm like, okay, I guess it really is anxiety, whatever that means. And then from that day on, I just started Googling like like how is anxiety? Do people really go through this? How do they get out of it? And everything I found was basically like you need to go on drugs, you need to go on SSRIs, benzos, and that's the way out of it. And I started looking up the drugs, and of course, people have been on it for years. And I'm like, I don't want to be on something for years. There's got to be a different way to get out of this. This can't be like the end of my life. And yeah, that's how I got into the cycle. And yeah, I've been stuck there.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, this was back in October, and I remember that.
Hmm.
Uh, so you went through all of that. How did you stumble across like recovery and my stuff in general? Were you just like Google searching and just happen to pop up and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I was Google searching a lot, and I was Google searching in Korean too, because I'm like, what do people in Korea, how do they treat this? And it was just all like drug filled. I'm like, I don't want to do this. And then I started looking for anxiety recovery videos. And that's when your videos kept popping up. And I was like, oh, this guy actually helps people. And these are real people that have success stories. I
Mhm.
think I need to like follow what he's doing and teaching these people. So I kept looking at your videos. I bought your recovery blueprint, and I was like, oh, like these are like this is I even printed it out. Like I have it like with me right here. But like it's like you have like steps to like really go through the process, and also you explain like why it's happening. So I think that really helped a lot. But then
Mm.
I knew that I couldn't do it alone because I I need someone there with me to like tell me, like remind me like, hey, you know, you got to do this. Don't freak out. So I was like trying to do it alone in the beginning. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then that's when I found your mentorship and decided to apply.
Yeah, yeah. And how was it? How's your experience been? I mean, you still got a little bit more time in the mentorship, but
Mhm.
how was your experience overall?
My experience was it was really good. So I was also seeing a therapist before I started the mentorship, and honestly, like it was so much better than my therapist. I just like quit right after I started because I think in the beginning there's a lot of hesitation because of like financial issues. Like it's like oh, it's not like cheap or anything in a way, but if you calculate it, I think it was like cheaper than my therapist to go through the mentorship, which gives you more access to the mentors and all the resources. So I'm like, hey, this is a better financial investment. I'm just gonna go through with this. And then I did it. And I don't know, it was just great just to know that like I could post questions and someone will respond like right away. And then there'll be answered. And it's like multiple answers. It's not just like one person like, oh, hey, this is a solution here. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
they like, you know, great wins, you know, like always encouraging you at the same time. And then always asking you like, hey, what do you think the solution is? And then like, of course, like you know what it is deep down inside, and they try to like get you to think that way. And it's just really great. And having like access to all the replays as well to the calls, I think helps a lot because I feel like everyone goes through the similar things and the answers are always the same. And you just need to like remind yourself that, hey, like no matter what situation, hey, this is the answer. So after a while, like I didn't really have questions because I knew what the answers were. It's just like I just need to do it and just wait. But it's just yeah, it's great.
So one of the things about you, Sammy, that really like gave like major kudos from me is that because you fell in October and you joined November, what a lot of people tend to do in like the beginning stages of when they first fall into the cycle is they try to do like their own things. They try to do things to speed things up, and they try to like go to like almost like the shotgun approach. And
Mhm.
what I've noticed is people when they're very new into it, they tend to do that. They're not as compliant. And the amazing thing about you and the mentors really loved it is that you actually like did the work, like you actually followed direction. And it's actually very incredible. It's really hard to do because I think, and I'm sure, and I know because you and I had to talk about this too. You want to do everything to speed it up, right? And like if you were like me, like I hadn't been sick like this ever in my life for this long. And so I was like, yo, like there has to be a faster way. And every
Mhm.
time I saw that, when people tried to do that, it would elongate it. And so it's like you're like healing properly. And it's really great that you're able to do that. Cause I've worked with a lot of people that just fell in, people that have been in the cycle, and everyone has their own sticking points. And
Mhm.
you're like people that fall into like that are pretty new, their sticking point is they're just not compliant because they haven't tried too many things and been wrong. The people that are a
Mm-hmm.
little bit that have been in the cycle a little bit longer, they've tried everything and they're like, okay, none of this works. So they're more likely to like follow what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's an amazing thing about you. And I really just feel like I hope you feel really proud. Just because I mean, we're so glad that we're able to guide you through it. But I think you really did the work. And I mean, it's awesome. I hope you're really proud of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, on like honestly, like in the beginning, of course, like I was like, I only fell into it a month ago. I should be able to get out within like weeks. It's like I need to, it can't be just stuck in here forever. I did have that mindset in the beginning, but I do remember that call with you and you're like, you can't
You
have that
remember that?
mindset. Yeah. And I was like,
I remember.
okay, yeah, let me just take it like day by day then. And I think that's when the progress really happened. And I also think like in the beginning, when I applied for the mentorship, there's like a question that says, what do you want to get out of it or something? I remember writing like, I just want my life back. I want to be interested in the things that I've been interested in before because right now I have like no interest in anything and my life is like gone and my body is against me and all that. But then like now like I have everything back. Like I'm interested in all the things I'm interested in. My life is back. I think focusing on just trying to live the life that you had before, even though your body is like in pain, giving you all these like warning signals, I think that like just really helped me progress fast. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, and I was seeing your progress, and it's just fantastic. What would you tell people? And you kind of hinted at it right now. What would you tell somebody who's like in your situation, like where you were back in October, where you're just like, man, like I'm stuck. I don't know what to like do. Like, what kind of advice would you give that person?
So I would just tell them that it takes time. Like I
Mm,
talk to some people and I feel like most people that are it's like it's like a double-edged sword, I guess. People think that I progress so fast because I've only been in the cycle for like X amount of months. But then since they've been in it for years, it's like, oh, I can't get out of it. It's gonna take it's like impossible for me. It's only possible for you because you've only been here for so little. But I just want to tell them that it takes time no matter like how long you've been in the cycle. And you also have to put the work into it. It's not like you can't just say that you're responding correctly and then not really living and then just expecting everything to go away in like a day. Like you still have to go through the suffering and like the pains and like being comfortable with the uncomfort. I think that's like the only thing I could say. Like you have to learn to just do things with all the stuff that's going on. Like just and little by little, like it's gonna get better. It's definitely gonna get better as you keep doing it. It takes practice, but your body also needs time to just heal and just go back to normal levels. And I think that's the hardest part, like having that patience and just learning to give it time to heal. I would just say, like, don't be rushed. Just let your body heal. Give it time.
I mean, it's awesome. You're speaking like a mentor. It's great. Sammy, I mean, this was awesome. I mean, I don't have any more questions. I think you did such a great job.
Yeah.
Um, Anything else you want to like say to people that are struggling or anything like that? I mean, you've said so much. Anything as well?
Yeah, I mean, like definitely, like this mentorship program is great. If you have the chance to do it, but if not, like really find someone. I think you say this all the time. Find someone that's been through it that could really guide you and help you because no one's gonna understand what you're going through unless they've been through it. I think that's the most important thing. And also like trust these people, like trust like his like your videos because you've actually went through it and it's all a process and it works. And
Mhm.
just yeah, just give it time.
Yeah.
It'll be better.
Awesome. Awesome. Crushing it, Sammy. Thank you so much for joining on the channel. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know things like this is kind of vulnerable, right? Like I always had a hard time talking about this stuff. And
Yeah.
but there's people out there, not just one, hundreds, probably thousands of people that are going to be so glad that you share their story, your story. It's going to like
Hope
inspire
so.
them, motivate them. And I really appreciate for you to pay it forward. I always have a lot of respect for people that are able to share their story because I know how hard it is. And I was against it for a while myself. I didn't want to share it, but
Mhm.
I'm really glad. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.